Greetings everyone, it's Emmy and I'm back to review another one of these Jungle Stand boxes. Yay! So September's box looks to be a mix of Jamaica, Philippines, and India. So there we go. This is the back of the card and it describes everything that's in the box. So I haven't read the descriptions yet because I want to figure them out for myself. And I'll just read the titles before I taste them. So let's go ahead and get started. I'm going to start in the upper left hand corner with what looks to be like a bag of peanuts. And these are called Jamaican Jerk Spice Nut. Really big peanuts, huge. And let's taste it. Here we go. The first thing I taste is a very strong taste of roasted peanut. Very strong peanut buttery taste. And then you slowly taste the spices. I definitely taste some clove in there. And maybe a little bit of ginger. There's a slight sweetness, but not a lot of salt. From what I know of jerk, it's a spice blend that's often used on chicken and I think other kinds of meats. A spice blend that's put onto the meat and marinated, and then I think the meat is grilled or roasted. Not bad. The card says the jerk flavor is slight. If you're able to have sensitive palate, you may taste the spice. Don't know what that is. And these are called fish crackers, and they're from the Philippines. Ooh, does that smell like fish? But not at all fishy. It's quite nice. I've never had a treat like this before. Oh boy, I like those. So I was surprised by the crunch of them. Really good. The texture reminds me of a bit of pork skin cracklins and a bit like a shrimp chip, kind of like that kind of a cross. The fish flavor is subtler than, say, a shrimp chip. I could understand how some people might not like shrimp chips. I've eaten those a couple times. I'll put the links down below. I had them in Japan. I also had them in Malaysia as well. Those had really strong shrimpy flavor and smell. This is really subtle and just lovely. It reminds me a bit of toasted nori. And I also like that they're not dusted in any kind of flavoring. You know, the stuff that gets all over your fingers and stuff. The flavor is actually inside the fritter itself. Let's see what they have to say. Fish crackers has a very unique taste. Appears light and airy, but these crackers have big crunch. Also, the fishy taste doesn't overwhelm your palate. The flavor seems to evaporate and fill your mouth with airy, fishy flavor. I would say even less fishy. I would say more of the ocean. It's not fishy, because to me, fishy has like a bad connotation, and that is not all unpleasant. Delicious. I love that. Any of my Filipino friends, please tell me what the Tagalog name of this is. I really want to know. This looks Indian. Katamitha. So the smell is actually quite subtle. It smells a little bit of curry, and I think how you're supposed to eat is you take a whole handful. Here we go. Really lovely blend of textures and flavors. So you get this kind of nutty flavor from the fried peas and the fried beans that are in there. And then you get this also kind of toasted nuttiness of the puffed rice and the puffed little bits in there. Soft crunches, really hard crunches, and flavor combinations. Then they're all seasoned with this turmeric-based spice mixture, kind of like a madras curry, mixed with a definite sweetness and slight tanginess. Delicious, I'm sure, with beer. So let's see what they say. A sweet and spicy blend of noodles, puffed rice, green peas, and peanuts. Signature Indian flavor. You'll get some spiciness with this Indian taste. Peanuts add weight to your mouth. Overall, spicy mix with some sweet flavor notes. This looks like caramel popcorn. This is called Sweet Jamaican Jerk Pops. The first thing I smell is just caramelized sugar. Okay. Whoa, now you really taste it. Crazy. At first you're just like, oh, that's just caramel popcorn. I get that. But then the flavors really sink in, and the jerk flavor is really strong. A lot stronger than this. I can even feel some of the heat. And there's a bit of an oniony flavor. Cumin, clove, and definitely a little dab of Scotch bonnet or some kind of heat in there. Very interesting kind of juxtaposition in your mind, because you're like, oh, sweet, but then you have this kick of spice. Very interesting. Caramelized popcorn spiced with Jamaican jerk. This spice is native to Jamaica. It's mainly made with allspice and Scotch bonnet peppers. Ha! Other variations of spice include cloves, cinnamon, scallions, nutmeg, thyme, garlic, and salt. The experience is sweet with a bit of heat. Pretty close, pretty close. This comes from the Philippines, and that's what that looks like. It smells very vinegary. And let's see what it says. It's called a vegetarian chicharron, salt and vinegar flavor. So chicharron are when they're not vegetarian, are pork skins that are deep fried to a really crunchiness, that are puffed and bubbly, and really airy, strong, porky, toasted flavor. This is vegetarian, so I wonder what they use. Boy, that's good. Really strong flavors, very vinegary and salty, and garlicky as well. Lots of garlic on there. For those of you that like salt and vinegar chips, think that with a lot of garlic powder, and you'll get something like this. No potato flavor. A chicharron is made from, it tells you. A chicharron is a dish made of fried pork rinds, but these happen to be vegetarian, meaning no actual pork rinds. You'll definitely smell the vinegar. The flavor is pretty intense. It hits you right away. The texture is light and airy. It is a cornflakes mixture, and this comes from India. This is what it looks like inside. The flavoring is so strong that I don't really taste any of the corn flakes. Really fun texture. You have that crisp cornflake crunch, and then you get the occasional kind of gummy raisin stickiness in there, and then a little bit of nut, and I think there's some whole fennel seeds in there. So occasionally you get this pop of fennel, which is really strong and spicy, and this actually has a little bit of heat to it. The first one wasn't hot at all. Good amount of sweetness in this as well. A sweet and spicy blend of cornflakes, potato sticks, nuts, and raisins. My last Jungle Stand box was just of Italy, so it's interesting to see that they also include different countries in a box as well. If you guys got the Jungle Stand, let me know what was your favorite treat out of this box, and I hope you guys enjoy that and found it useful, and I'll see you in my next video. Cheers, bye! Foams like a cappuccino. It has a little creamy, foamy top on it. I'm sick and tired of being called a fish cracker. It's so dismissive. I'm obviously a seahorse.